Large companies, Google and Facebook, will only really invest in projects that have very considerable markets. And they're companies, that's totally logical for them. But products that have very considerable markets are usually not very interesting products, unless they're penicillin, for example, in which case they are. But most of us are different, and we don't all want to dress identically. We don't all want to read the identical books, but we all have to use the identical software. And there is a level of homogeneity in the mass production of modern technologies that I think runs counter to the grain of human difference and diversity. And it would be a very interesting exercise to think about how we could create technologies that are responsive to individual difference instead of mass producing software of limited value that everyone has to adopt. I think it requires a lot of thought in areas where human creativity is of particular interest. And so that's why I talk about software. I mean, I often think about word processors, for example. Everyone is using the same one. And it is dictating the form that channel your ideas. You could say it doesn't matter. I mean, everyone was using the same typewriter at the turn of the century, the last century. That didn't limit the creative potential of a Philip Roth or a Saul Bellow or a Cormac McCarthy. But something feels a little different about this time, especially with AI, right? Because it starts to tell you what you should do and think. This is how you should present your ideas. Oh, this is the correct grammatical construct. Oh, and by the way, here are some ideas from Wikipedia that bear on the narrative that you're creating. So there are forces of homogeneity in play that might have not been present in earlier technologies.